technical troubleshooting, we are finally back with the Precision Tier here at One Hub Racing Season 14 Race 8 at the French Grand Prix. My name is Austin Smith, and with me is still Owen Wyatt. Owen, welcome back.
Cheers. I've currently got 2 megs of download and not even 500 kilobytes upload, so I'm not streaming this, but hopefully I should still be able to commentate it. Although I haven't got any lag at the minute, so I guess that's a positive. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, if you can't hear me on the stream or anything, then tough. I can't do much about it. You can't do much about it. We just got to move on, aren't we?
I mean, I can hear you well, so they should hear you well on stream as well.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Meanwhile, we only have a couple drivers out on track, but that should pick up now that we're in the final 2 minutes of qualifying. We have White Fountain now leaving the pits. He is currently on provisional pole with a 129.9, the only driver to drop into the 129s. Everyone else in the 130s or higher. But that doesn't mean it's not close. We have GP1 Pete and Jorrit, both less than 3/10 behind White Fountain. We have Lukey, who's within 5/10, and we have Scorpion within 6 and Baboon J within 7/10. So it's all pretty close up there. We have the top, let's see, 9 within a second.
Just one thing I want to point out, by the way, I'm sure a couple of people might be noticing this, but there are still a few cars that aren't out of the pits yet, but it says that they're in the pits. Basically, the time is wrong. From the last 2 updates has broken the game's timer. It's about 30 seconds to a minute ahead of where it should be. So while that says a minute 1, it could actually be 1 minute 30 or something. It's just something that's been bugging me and a few other people recently.
Oh, really?
So the time might be a slight bit loopy. But hopefully it shouldn't cause any issues.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know why. It always loads in at like 17.5 minutes or something now for us rather than 18. So, and for them it still says 18 at the start. So yeah, we're a bit off kilter, but still we'll get all the laps in. I imagine people aren't stupid. And well, look at this. This is a turn for the books. How many people that is on the softs?
Wow. That's the one thing I did not expect. Baboon J, however...
Gonna do my smug face.
Yeah, but oh no. Baboon J, however, has retired from the session on the softs. So he stays at his 130.5. What did he set that with softs? So
he's at it with softs, yeah.
If he stays inside the top 10, he will have to start on those soft tires.
So, checkered flag is out. There are only 2 drivers that aren't going to make it to the line, but they, I think, were in the pits anyway. They hadn't bothered to leave. Elite Shots has just finished his lap. He's gone P11, just outside the top 10, but 1.6 seconds off the pace, so you might find yourself falling a bit more. White Fountain is on his lap. I'm keeping an eye on that one, but there are a few others that are ahead who will be challenging. Lukey's up by 2/10 in his first sector alone, so that's promising.
Yeah, let's look at him right now. He is approaching the fast... Oh, not the fast chicane. He is approaching the chicane,
fast.
turn 8. Yeah, it's really not fast. But he is approaching the chicane of turn 8 and 9. And remember, Lukey had a little bit of good fortunes earlier this season at a track that is probably the closest you'll get to the French Grand Prix. Not in terms of circuit layout, but in terms of geographics. He won the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah, I think I might have missed that one actually.
Yes,
but
you did.
Look back at it, he was quite good.
Yeah.
My goodness, look at that lap from White Fountain. He found plenty of time in his last sector. He's now 4/10 clear.
Yeah.
Can he find 4/10 in the last sector as well? Let's find out.
He comes through the final corner, gets good acceleration out of there, and opens the DRS immediately. And it is going to be... No, he does improve, but not even enough to gain a position. And with Scorpion retiring from the session, that is going to be it. And it's going to be another pole position for a championship leader in the Red Bull, White Fountain.
And you know, one more thing I completely forgot to mention. There have been driver swaps, as you probably have noticed. Red Bull, for example, have now got Simon. McLaren now with Scorpion. I don't know all of them. I think Baboon J's also moved. I think they are the 3 that have moved. So that's just something we completely forgot to mention. But yeah, driver changes have happened. Not quite mid-season, but close enough.
Yeah, I mean, after 7 races, that's a third of the season, so...
Yeah, maybe they'll do another reset after Italy. Oh, can't say that. Form will take it down. I've taken down every single Italy stream I've ever seen on this game.
Oh, wow.
So annoying. I had two.
It's too close to the real thing.
2 separate streams. Yeah,
too close to the real thing.
The game is so realistic, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it is as much of a slipstream fest. Greetings, by the way, to Matt Gallagher for this one. The word slipstream fest. In case you've watched the F1 Esports, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is as much of a slipstream fest in the game as it is in real life. So, you know, I think that's quite realistic.
Yeah, one thing that the real life doesn't have, though, for the game is it also tends to be a crash fest on the real game. Quite why they didn't.
On the real game?
On the real game. On the
on the game or the real F1?
Well, it depends if you're watching F1 or F3, really. But, yeah.
Meanwhile, we are waiting for the players to load in. I mean, they have 8 seconds, and then they're going to be force loaded in anyway.
Yes. Hope nobody went before White Fountain, or else they'll be in some trouble. Because that's a rule.
And here they are on the grid.
Row. Where's Pete went? Where's Pete?
Oh.
He's in the pits.
Yep. That's not good.
What's happened? That's not good, is it?
Uh-oh.
Did he leave? He must have left.
We might have to restart this one, actually. The decision is... I don't know who makes the decisions over here.
I think White Fountain is the pole sitter and also just happens to be the guy that runs this tier. So, I mean, he'll be very happy to see the front row with, well, no one else. Oh my god, the lag. I'm not going to be able to see a thing until this field probably spreads out a bit. Ooh,
so I still need to do radio, right?
Well,
as I said, I've done it before.
Much.
I've actually done it before.
This is where experience pays off.
Yeah. I can tell you that story right now. It was on R Factor back in the day, way back in the day. R Factor 1, not 2. No, 1.
Ooh.
And I was I've been in the business a bit.
You've been here a long time.
Yep. And I had some kind of error, and I was kicked off the server, and I couldn't join back in. And so what I had to do is basically I had to commentate off the live ticker that was on the website. I did that for a whole...
That is old school. That is brilliant.
Honestly, most fun I've ever had. It was absolutely amazing.
Well, hopefully I have just as much fun following the ticker on the left-hand side here of the screen.
Yeah.
By the way, we haven't mentioned it quickly, but we've got to mention people's tyres, because we've got all 3 tyre compounds on the grids. Everyone in the top 10 obviously on the sauce, that's what they qualified on. But outside top 10, you've got Jor, Zach, Jarvis, Josh and Ian on the mediums, and then Lawrence, Elite Shots and Andrea on the hards. So look out for those guys. We'll see how far I can get up the grid.
I mean...
And we're all lined up on the grid now through the final 2 corners, and well, I've got no choice but to give this to you, because I'm not going to be able to tell anyone what's going on.
I don't have a standard phrase for the race start, but I'm just gonna wing it. And
yeah, I saw you been mentioning this before.
Yes,
I am one of the lights out people. I am one of them people. I do apologise.
Meanwhile, here we are. Drivers getting ready. Where are the lights? We are waiting. Here are the lights. There we go. Already up to 3 and 4, and now 5. And we are racing here at the French Grand Prix. It is a really good start from White Fountain, who stays to the inside to make sure that he has everything covered, and he stays in the lead. Right behind Lukey and Jorrit fighting for 2nd place. And Lukey has the better... No, he does not have the upper hand. Jorrit found some grip on the outside there and actually moves back past into 2nd place. Lukey back to 3rd. Meanwhile, behind... Everything went pretty well, it seems. No major crashes, no spins, nothing too major in the back. Now, Lukey already losing a little bit, almost falling into the clutches of Scorpion here. Jorrit trying to stay with White Fountain, with the championship leader. For Jorrit, this is really important. He is fighting for 4th place in the standings right now. He's 7th, but he's only 6 points behind 4th. So with one good result here, he can really make a jump up the order.
There's been an accident, I think. Ian and Josh have come together.
Yeah.
Chicane at turn
And just
8.
gets a 5-second penalty for it. Might actually be able to appeal that one after the race.
Yeah.
Because he is not going to serve that. That was a 5-second time penalty, not a 5-second stop and go. So he might actually appeal that after the race and get it removed if it was after the accident and he did not gain an advantage from it. However, it seems like he's lost a huge chunk of his front wing on the left side. It's not just the end plate that's gone. It's a little bit more than that. And Baboonjay goes into the pits. The car of Josh, the Toro Rosso, seems still fine in terms of damage. He stays out, so I think at this point it's pretty much confirmed that he has no damage. Meanwhile, we go back up the order and we see White Fountain almost outside that 1 second window already. Remember, DRS is going to be enabled at the end of lap 2, at the end of this one here. So they're going around the track once more, this time here, and then once they cross the finish line, that's when DRS is enabled, meaning this DRS zone here is going to be the first one where it's activated. But not this time around. We have to wait a lap. And Jorrit on the straight,
screen is having an epileptic fit. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Jorrit was getting a little bit closer. He was getting within 6.5 tenths. Now he's dropping back to 9 tenths. Seems like White Fountain has found a line in the chicane that allows him to get away from the Mercedes behind him quite well. However, still
side-by-side battle in the long right-hander here. We've got Cam and Simon. And look out for TK as well. He's never dragged his main move, I think. He's replaced Finto in the Mercedes. And he is making some ground up ahead of Simon, who I think just got a bit flustered because he had a Cam up the inside for a long time and he just got drifted a bit too wide.
We have a huge pack here. 4 cars, the Toro Rosso of Simon. Then we have... the Toro Rosso of Kemkemom. Then the Mercedes of Cray. The Red Bull of Simon and the Alfa Romeo of Jor. They're all right behind each other. Now DRS is enabled. You saw the message on the bottom part of the screen. And Jor just fell out of that 1 second window. Very, very unfortunate. Maybe he can come back into it if he gets a good exit out of turn 5. He might be able to, and he is.
Yeah.
Let's go to that one. Does he have DRS? The measurement point is, I think, right here. He already passed it, and he does have the DRS help. And he can get closer to White Fountain, and that's going to help him. That is crucial right now. If White Fountain had gone out of that 1 second window, he would be gone. He would just fly away. But now Jorrit has this help to stay right behind his opponent, right behind the leader, and get slipstream, get all that, and really put the pressure on the Red Bull.
Yeah, the good news about that, Jorrit was very nearly under pressure from Lukey because he really could be a threat here. If Lukey starts anything off, then that'll be curtains for that fight for the lead. These guys have got to work together in this situation. It is quite like Italy in that respect. If you start fighting, you're pretty much kissing goodbye to the guy who's at the head of the field because he will instantly, straight away, get out of that DRS range. So these guys are going to be tactical about this. Don't be fighting too much too early.
Yeah, if you watched the F1 Esports, you saw how much not fighting in the early stages of a race can help you. You just drive away into the distance if you don't fight and just leave everyone else behind. And that's, I think, one of the things that a lot of drivers can learn from the pros. That, sometimes you have to pick your battles, and a battle this early doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Rather drive away. And you see 4 drivers right now, White Fountain, Jorrit, Lukey, and Scorpion, driving away from the rest. Quace, who is, by the way, 2nd in the championship. So he's not bad. But he's over a second away from 4th place, so he doesn't get DRS. Oh, we have a little bit of action right behind there. Saw Toro Rosso go wide. That was Kemkemom, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was TK, actually. I was looking at him. Maybe they both went wide. They're all struggling a bit through here, it must be said.
Yeah.
Because it's all about trying to get on the power as early as possible, which these guys are really pushing it with. Because the DRS is just so crucial.
Yeah, it's getting really tight here. That pack of 4 are really fighting, and you see how much they're losing from all this fighting. You see how much they're dropping.
They're all over the road as well. They're actually properly going for moves as well.
Yeah. And that's the difference. You see the top 4 just not battling at all, and you see 6th to 9th just battling all over the place, losing time in the process.
By the way, one of those drivers in that fight is Jor. He is still the highest rated driver on the alternate strategy, and it feels like he's got a bit more grip than the rest of them. We'll see if he can start making advantages, because lap 5, these soft tires are going to be starting to fall apart a little bit, because once again, as you say, it's a bit like that ultra soft to soft from last year. It's just such a massive gap in the tires' life and speed in the long run.
Yeah, from my experience, I tried to do a little bit of testing before every race I commentate, and I did so this time as well. And from my experience, the soft doesn't last longer than 8-9 laps. That's the longest. So expect the top 8 at this point to all come into the pits by the end of lap 8, maybe 9.
This is closer than ever with these top 4, but I did notice that Lukey got a penalty on this lap already. It's only lap 5, and it must be said, you do get a lot of penalties on this track, but yeah, in a leading fight, you need to be consistent, and Lukey's getting a bit too ambitious with the track limits. I must say, though, you can really cut the corners around here, and we'll see how many decide to go with the adventurous strategy, but Lukey might have to start making some moves through the field, or else he will lose out.
Yeah, I mean, he is under huge pressure from Scorpion, who was pretty much looking right at his gearbox there through the long winding right-hander of turn 11, that is. Which should really count. It should really count as 2 corners, I feel like. Considering you have basically 2 apexes. You have the first one that is really fast and flowing, where you start to brake.
Sorry to interrupt there, they've just hit each other. I think they have. Lawrence has got past Simon, and there was contact. Jor, you could see he was going for it. I was watching him. He tried it once or twice, and then into the last hairpin, he just licked the stamp, sent it, and then hit the post box instead of putting it in the post box, and it's gone wrong.
Yeah, we see
no damage to him, but there is damage to Simon. Yeah,
we see the right side end plate on the front wing missing, so it's not much damage. In the grand scheme of things. The rest of the front wing is still fine, so that should be about, I think on the driver's HUD it shows up as either light green or yellow, so it's not that bad.
He fancied that. He just didn't quite go for it. I just not damaged, by the way. I would say that on a track like this, you're gonna feel it, especially in these chicanes and the start of sector 3. You'll really feel it. So I wonder if Simon might actually fancy a pit stop with that one, but we'll wait and find out.
Yeah, the thing is, what he could do if he is on a 1-stop, or even if he's on a 2-stop, he could just pull ahead his pit stop a little bit and still stay on his strategy. Because now lap 6, I mean, you plan for these softs to go, what, 7, 8, 9 laps? And if he's at the end of lap 6 now, he could easily come in 1 or 2 laps earlier. Doesn't hurt his strategy all too much.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he does. A lot of the drivers do actually have their pit light on, to be fair, and Simon, you're right, he is going to pit for it.
Yeah.
So he's bringing that pit stop forward, but a lot of them might well pit soon as well, because especially on the softs, they're struggling now. You can see it. Here comes Jor trying to get another one on the inside of TK into turn 1. That's a difficult move to make with the way that chicane is. We'll see if he can hold it on the exit, but then TK hits the back. He couldn't make advantage of it. And look at the top 4. This is extremely close. I wonder if White Fighting is struggling a bit on the tyres, because it seems he's the weakest out of the 4 at the moment.
Which is quite surprising.
He's really setting this up well. He's got plenty more ERS. He's not using it. He's not using the ERS for some reason.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fight. I mean, I talked about this just 2-3 laps ago.
Yeah, it puts him under pressure from Lukey. And remember, Lukey might, well, feel the need to fight at some point.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jor is moving past the next one. Kemkemom now down to 6th. Jor up to 5th. Sorry for moving away from that for a second there, because there's so much going on. Because we have 2 packs of 4 now just battling all over the place. But this is where the mediums now come into play for Jory. We have yellow flags in sector 2 and 3.
Yeah, Drew gone off. He's hit the wall, I think. Oh, Jory's gone. Jory's spun off. We didn't see what happened, but I assume he's probably went for a move on White Fountain and he's gone wrong.
Yeah, now he needs to try to avoid the rest of the pack here, and he finds himself right behind Jor. So we have Jor versus Jory, and oh, look at the understeer on that Mercedes. But he doesn't have front wing damage. There must be something else. Well. Does he have a
TK?
Oh,
look at that from TK. That's ambitious. He got
both Mercedes. They double stack. And TK picked himself up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and they're double stacking. Oh, this is the worst thing that could have happened to the Mercedes boys here. Now Jordan comes into the pits. Did he have a puncture?
Did you see how rude that was, though? He just went flying past his teammate off the track just to get ahead.
Yeah.
And he had a 3-second time penalty for going off, a 5-second stop go for speeding. I don't think that's going to go down too well. For the new Mercedes driver, it's his first race for them.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be impressed with that at all. In that, by the way, Whitefoot and Lukey and Scorpion all pitted. And Chris, on his hards, he pitted before those earlier on. He has jumped Scorpion. And he is going to the end on that. We'll see if these guys can go soft to medium, but certainly we know that Chris can get to the end on those.
I mean, he should. Elite Shot said earlier, those hards can take 20 laps easily. He went in at the end of lap 5, meaning he would have to do 22 laps. If they can do 20 easily, they should be able to do 22 as well.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous what happened with Jory there. We didn't see. I know Lukey was quite close, but I knew that top 4 in general was extremely close. And when we saw it, it was mental. He must have hit someone, or been hit maybe out the back by Lukey, or something. I don't think he had a puncture. I think he would have been spinning off a bit more, because if he came back on with a puncture, you would have been able to tell, I would have thought. But
I thought I saw something on his right rear that it looked like he had a puncture. I thought his right rear looked a little bit, a little bit deflated, but I wasn't sure. It could have been that he was, I don't know, maybe he had some wheel issues. Maybe because he didn't have any front wing damage. I saw that very clearly, that he did not have any front wing damage. So it must be something else, right?
Well, I'm going to try and look back on the footage and see if I can see anything, because it's not like my screen is still spazzing out. Like, I'm doing the best I can with it.
Meanwhile, Quace and Scorpion are fighting here quite hard. Quace trying to stay ahead on those old hard tires. The question is whether Scorpion is going to try to go to the end on those mediums. He's going to make a move here, that's for sure. And the McLaren gets ahead. And stays ahead.
I don't think there was a puncture there. So he could have just been trying to spin it off. That overheats your tyres a lot, and especially on older tyres, that wouldn't be too fun.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Chris has got to be sensible here, by the way, because he's on the long game. He knows he'll get to the end. Let's not have an accident here. Just be patient.
He doesn't look all too patient. Tries to go to the inside at a spot where you really can't overtake. But no harm. Yeah, no harm, no foul. The two didn't touch, so everything's fine. But look at how aggressive he goes into the corners now. Gets the DRS. Lukey with the fastest lap of the race so far. White Fountain moves past Josh here. The Red Bull on the Toro Rosso. And let's look right behind Lukey. For some reason, Lukey shows ahead of Lukey, of course, shows ahead of Scorpion. The two Ferraris just bamboozled me there. But Quace stays behind Scorpion for now.
Lukey's got a small advantage here because he's going to get DRS on Josh, which will help him catch up to White Fountain. It's not a massive advantage, but after he can get past, he's not going to get past, I don't think.
Yeah, not yet. Because they both have DRS.
No. Oh, wow. Okay,
Josh just picked up DRS, just about. It was really close to the second, but he did get it. And so no chance there. This time maybe with the slipstream, he does try into Senior. I mean, that's brave, but he does have the inside, and he does make the move stick. He seems so. Yes, he does. Well, that's one way to do it. No DRS needed.
He got within the 1 second gap of White Fighting, so he still gained 4/10 and all that, so it didn't work out too badly for him now, actually.
Yeah, the slipstream helped.
We had both Mercedes making some moves on Simon and Baboon J, but they're both still way lower down than they want to be right now, especially Jory. I imagine he's probably not very impressed at all at what he's seen from his teammate. If that was my teammate doing that, I'd be furious.
Yeah, the debrief is going to be fun, I think.
Debrief is going to be great fun.
I mean, it would be fun for us if we could listen, but it's not going to be fun for TK.
Oh, I hope they're in a party with each other. It would just be the most fun you've ever had.
I don't think we can do that.
Oh,
but meanwhile, Jor is still, churning out those laps. 10 laps on the mediums, on his 11th right now. Lawrence and Elite Shots obviously on the hards, playing the long game there as well. And White Fountain still almost 3 seconds away from Elite Shots on those new mediums. So, yeah, he still has a little bit of time to go before he hits traffic again.
I'm surprised Luke, I don't think he got DRS that time round. He seems to be quite poor at the end of the first sector, and that's where White Fighting's making up all the time. If he's going to win the race today, Lukey, then that's where he needs to improve. And remember, he's got a penalty as well to deal with. I don't know what he's only got one warning, White Fountain. So Lukey, he's got a really tough job right here.
And meanwhile, we have a little bit of smack talk in the chat. Victor Hugo, you may know him as Vitinho, the previous teammate of Jorid, saying he was a better teammate for Jorid. He wouldn't do what TK did. Whoa!
I'm sorry. I remember the two Mercedes coming together in Bahrain. Might have been neither their fault, but they still came together.
Look, if two teammates come together, it's always someone's fault. If it's not one person, it's both.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But meanwhile, Lukey and White Fountain, this is heating up now. Can Lukey...
White Fountain might get DRS. White Fountain might get DRS. He might get bailed out here. Let's see.
I don't think so. It's too close. It's not close enough. He's not close. Or is he?
I don't know. He might have got it.
No, he didn't.
I don't know.
He didn't. But Lukey did. It was really close. It was just over a second there.
Is he going to do what he did then with Josh? That was kind of purring in the chicane though. The second part of it. White Fountain has to get by Elite Shots right now to get that one car gap. As the Elite Shot, I think he maybe backed off to let them through. He nearly sent White Fountain barreling into him.
Yeah, that was really, really close there. And yeah, if you let someone by, the thing is, I have to say, Elite Shots, I think, did everything right. He moved off the racing line. Adderlock, meanwhile, out of the race. He is in P15, so... Turn
7 he's went off. And Jor's in the pits. This is interesting. I wonder where he's going to come out, because he's had great pace so far. We'll see where he can come out, because if the two Mercedes having their issues, it could be maybe sort of a 5th or a 4th. We'll see where he is. This is, I think, for hards.
Yeah.
And that would suggest to me that these guys on the mediums right now, i.e. White Fountain, Lukey, etc., are on a 2-stop, as we were sort of suspecting. Safety car, they'll be in the pits now.
Oh, wow.
They'll be in the pits now, so they'll all be in the pits. Do you know, this is... Oh, that's so frustrating. Jor is sitting right behind that safety car, and he's probably not going to be loving life right now. Oh, he did it at the wrong time.
That is so unfortunate for him.
He'll be hoping the safety car can wave him by, and it will. But can he push?
Certainly.
Has he got his delta?
10, yeah, oh, that's the question. Yeah, I mean, 10 seconds he is right now behind Quays, 11 almost. Zach Jarvis gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, trying to capitalize on the safety car.
He hasn't got a delta. I don't think Jor has a delta.
Yeah, seems so.
Oh, okay, maybe this will work out for him then after all. Let's just see the gap to the leader. Oh, I think he's got it. I think he's going to have the lead here.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Lawrence is going to come in. The question is, do White Fountain and Lukey and Scorpion prioritize, and Quace, do they prioritize?
He has got a Delta.
Yeah, okay. But do they prioritize the track position or do they prioritize new tires? That's the question for all of these. Lawrence is going to come in, I'm pretty certain. Elite Shots is going to come in, I'm pretty certain. But the other four, White Fountain, Lukey, Scorpion, and Quace, we will see. Let's see.
Got to.
White Fountain comes in, Lukey comes in, Elite Shots, as I said. Scorpion stays out. Scorpion stays out, and Quace stays out as well. So 2 drivers do stay out. Prioritize. Let's see. Scorpion now takes the lead. They do prioritize track position here. Lawrence goes on to the softs for 14 laps. That is brave.
That's tight for mediums. That's tight for mediums.
Exactly.
Let alone the softs. Oh, I don't know who's in the right here.
Yeah.
Of course, Chris can get to the end. We would have thought on these times.
Yeah, Scorpion. The thing is, for Scorpion, it can work out as well because remember now that they're behind the safety car, you don't use those tires basically because you're just. I mean, you're just being slow around the whole track anyway. So those tires can cool down a little bit. The wear is much lower, and you know basically the way you can calculate what you're doing right now, 3 laps behind the safety car is about 1 lap of actual racing in terms of tire wear. You do have a little bit of tire wear, but a third of what you usually have. So it's minuscule. And that might help Scorpion here to make it to the end.
Jor is looking pretty handy, isn't he? He is third at the moment on the best tires of that top 3. Lawrence, his tires aren't going to make it to the end. I'm sorry, no. And Jor only 1 lap on these tires against 8 for Chris. If he, he must be thinking this is a really good chance to win. And if he does, it'll be from P11 on the grids, which would be a stunning way to win.
Indeed.
It's a long shot, I guess, because you still got White. It's not like White Fountain's a million miles away. He's only 4 positions back,
and on better tires.
He will carve through, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just about how quickly he can catch up. We know these guys like to be nice and patient in their trains. I think they might have to throw that philosophy out the window.
Yeah, Jorrit is probably going to put up a fight. Camk Mom is probably going to put up a fight. Lawrence might actually put up a fight up front. Lawrence is coming into the pits again to get rid of those softs.
He probably made a mistake then by going on. So that removes 1 car from the equation.
Exactly.
Which is good for everyone except Jor. Like, what is Scorpion up to? Does he think he can get to the end of those tires? There must be no reason why he would have stayed out. Same with Jorrit, who is now back ahead of White Fountain. He'll be loving life now. He must think he can go to the end as well. And if they can go to the end, is there any tire life left in them? Because if there is, they are going to have to use it quite sparingly.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for both Scorpion and Jorrit, trying to, keep it on the down low and trying to manage these tires and get them to the end, because this is a challenge to get those mediums all the way.
This annoys me. I said this truck likes virtual safety cars, and of course, as soon as I say that, safety car. I mean, great for the racing, obviously. This is going to be very interesting to watch. This has thrown the entire strategy battle into carnage, as if it wasn't already interesting enough. But Jor must... I'm putting my money on Jor for this one at the moment. As long as he doesn't get caught up in anything, I'm saying he's got a really good chance with this.
I'll put my money on Lukey. I've seen... The one time I was here at the Precision Tier filling in, he won the race. Sure, it was Monaco, completely different track than this one, but I've seen him do stuff that, I was just absolutely amazed by. So, yeah, I'm picking Lukey here. He's got really good tires. I think he can carve through the field, and he's going to get White Fountain too.
He's got that 3-second penalty that could really affect him, but we'll wait and see what happens. Safety car lights are off, as you can see, and we are getting ready to go racing again. Scorpion, can he get to the end of these tires? Will Chris be able to have enough tire life to get to the end with any reasonable speed? Is Jor going to be quick enough to hold off the guys on the newer mediums behind? There are so many questions to answer here, and this is probably going to be White Fountain's biggest test yet. He has, let's be brutally honest here, dominated this championship so far. Let's see what he's really made of. Can he fight for a field and take the victory? Let's find out.
Yeah, we are preparing for the restart here. Scorpion. Oh, look at Quace. He's staying really close to the McLaren. Look at that. That was not a good restart from Scorpion. He's instantly under pressure here by Quace. Not giving up the position just yet, but man, this is close. Quace, however, picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt him. Jor also with them, kind of. Lost a little bit there, but he's still certainly within reach. Remember, after a safety car, again, just like after the start, first 2 laps, no DRS. So, driver's going to have to make do without it. Once we hit lap 18, the DRS is going to be back online.
Sure is looking good. He took a while to get those tires off the championship, but now he is right on Chris. He's looking at him. He's trying to show him that he's there, trying to pressure him to a mistake. You've got to be patient now. Just there's no point going hell for leather right now because it'll put him under pressure. Because Cam is looking very good as well. He won in pre-season in a very dominant manner. I don't know if he's actually won since then, but we know he can be good on a wee fight back drive. I think he won that from like 17th or something. Yeah, it was only pre-season, but still, he has got good pace.
Yeah, Cam has not won since. He wasn't even on the podium so far this season.
Well, he's
that might be his, yeah, that might be his moment here tonight. Might be the first time for him this season to actually make it on the podium again after pre-season.
Yellow flags. What's happened? It's Zach in the wall.
Yeah, and he has retired from the session.
Retired. So Scorpion is pulling away a little bit. So he's got a bit of life in his tires. I just hope he hasn't taken it all out at this stage because he's got 11 laps to go. He's really got to be careful with this. Has he got any penalties? Let's have a little look at that. I'll check that. He's got 2 warnings. Chris obviously has now got 2 penalties. Jor, no penalties. Cam, no warnings. He could take some liberties if he wants to. Jor, no penalties. So a few of them do have penalties, a few of them don't. But yeah, Chris sort of unfortunately a slight bit out of play with the penalties he's got. But Jor hasn't got the pace right now. I feel Cam actually's got more pace than him. If he got ahead, I could see him catching up to Chris.
Yeah, however, look at Scorpion just driving away from Quace here. Over a second now. That is boding well for when the DRS is going to be enabled again at the end of this lap. It's not there yet, so he's already outside the 1 second window. That's really, really good driving here from Scorpion, not getting involved in any fights and just driving away from Quace. However, he's dropping a little bit now. It's going down back down to 7.5 tenths now. That is not good. Really bad last sector here from the Hungarian. Is he Hungarian? I mean, it says HUN in his name. He should be. Yeah, he is good. I was worried for a second there. I was right. There you go. But now, yeah, look at this. It's under 7 tenths now again. That was a really bad last sector from Scorpion. Incredible. I thought he was going to just drive away. He does that. My goodness. Maybe the medium tire is coming into play now? Yeah, Jor is...
It must be.
Jor is gone now. More than a second to Quace. Quace gets the DRS. And that is going to make...
to watch. It looks like Cam is spinning off every corner, but it's just the way my lag is. Oh, it's so funny.
It doesn't look like that for me at all.
Thank God. At least the stream is seeing something that resembles actual cars driving around. But White Fountain, he's looking quite close to Jory. Is he going to go for that? Into saying it's a risky one. He decides not to go for it. Uses a bit of common sense.
Oh my God, look at this shot right there. Everyone just taking different lines through turn 11. Unbelievable shot there. That was beautiful. But no position movements either. And look at this, White Fountain and Lukey still stuck. And Elite Shots and Baboon J, all of them stuck behind Jorid and Cam and Jor. They don't get past. Jor is playing the Jarno Trulli, or really more Cam came on at this point, playing the Jarno Trulli of this race here. Guy who can't be overtaken. Scorpion and Quaze, they're fighting this out for the win.
Ironically, France was one of the places. Is that a car off? Jay's just spun off. Turn 2 exit. He's down to last.
Yep.
I was gonna say though, ironically, France was like the only place where the trolley train just didn't really work. He got overtaken. Do you remember on the last lap?
But wasn't that the Manicourt France?
Manicourt, yes. Barrichello just mugs Trulli of all people. So maybe trolley train is a bit.
Here goes Quace into the chicane. They're side by side. He pushes him off a little bit. They touch. Scorpion gets a penalty, and Scorpion has
lost a lot.
Yeah, he's losing positions. I think he also lost a bit of front wing there as well. I'm not sure that was the nicest move there by Quaze. He gave him no space there. But ultimately, that is going to be one for the stewards, not for us to decide. No damage on the front wing, though. No damage on the front wing for Scorpion. I thought they did touch in a way that I think he should have had some front wing damage, but he doesn't. Quace, meanwhile, in the lead now with 1.5 seconds ahead of Jor.
He's got to make 4.5 seconds to win this thing now, Chris.
Well,
it's pretty unlikely.
4.5, maybe even more, considering that move into the chicane. If the stewards give him an additional penalty on that, he needs more than just 4.5 seconds here.
And so this means, believe it or not, we're looking at a potential fight between, well, everyone really from 2nd down to 7th, maybe excluding Lukey as well. The 2
Elite
Ferraris and Elite Shots, sorry, as well. Pretty much the 2 Ferraris are sadly slightly out of contention with this one right now, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get some more penalties towards the end, but Jor, your net leader.
At this point, yes. Cam in 2nd, if you will, but on penalties, but 3rd on track, and then this whole train there, unbelievable to watch. Why did we see that at the real live French Grand Prix?
We saw nothing at real life French Grand Prix.
Exactly.
Nothing happened. Look at Cam. He's got such a good run for the lead. Has it once in pre-season. Looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, into turn 11, but he backs out of it.
Surely.
And
he's not.
He tried it again there, and really cheeky, but my goodness.
Fight for the lead, man. You're slowing yourselves down. What were we saying earlier on? Chris is starting to pull that gap out.
Yeah, but again, remember, he has to pull out 6 seconds in total.
Well, 7 laps, so they keep doing that for the next 7 laps. You might find that gap going up by quite a lot.
Look at how many cars we have in one shot there. That was like, what, 12?
Everyone down to 10th. Everyone down to 10th. No,
it was more. It was everyone down to 12th.
From 2nd to 10th, they're all in DRS, so of each other. That's
yeah, but we had in one shot, we had everyone from 2nd to 12th. That's 11 cars.
You could probably get the whole field in the shot right now. We've got all 14. You could probably get them. They're all pretty close. I imagine that field spread is only about 10 seconds. Yeah, well, 11, 12 seconds, but still.
Do you remember when, I don't know who it was, but someone brought up this idea of random safety cars? Man, this is a great race with a random safety car.
Look at this. Look at Cam. He's got such a nice run.
Yeah.
Does he do this?
Round the outside. No.
He's not getting there. Jorit, he's got a penalty. Oh man, he was looking good there. He might still be looking good for an overtake. Does he get there on Cam? Round the outside of St. Corner. That's probably the better line to take, honestly, if you're going for a move. But can he make it stick? I don't think so. I don't think he will.
They're still side by side.
They hit, did they?
Yeah, they hit, and Cam came up, almost spins, catches it quite well, but loses a couple of positions. Rejoins just ahead of right next to Scorpion. Had a little bit more of a, a little bit more momentum, and was able to stay ahead of Scorpion. So Cam and Scorpion, the 2 drivers who had some incidents, let's just say, And so they find themselves in P6 and 7. White Fountain, meanwhile, up to 4th, almost back on the podium.
If he gets by Jory and Jor, which is only 1.2 second gap, and it's only going to be a 1 car gap.
Oh, and they touch and he spins! White Fountain spun out. Has to somehow get back. He's down to 12th. Has to take the exit road here. Rejoins, yeah, still 12th. That is going to be the end of his hopes here. Very, very unfortunate for him. And that puts Lukey up to 4th place. Remember who I picked?
Let's just remind you of penalties here, because...
No, let's not.
2 penalties for Chris. None for Jor. 1 for Jorit. And 1 for Lukey. And Cam has still not got a single warning. He's not out of it as such, but the incidents on that last lap certainly didn't help a few of them out. I can't believe White Fountain did that.
Yeah, just
patient, man. He only had to pass 2 cars.
Now,
he was already a net second.
Lukey, meanwhile, showing himself in Jorit's rear wing, rear mirror, sorry. Trying to, put a little bit of pressure on the Mercedes driver, and he might actually be successful in that. However, he needs to pass quickly if he wants to have a shot at fighting Jor and putting Jor under pressure. And here he goes with DRS. Lukey down the inside and into turn 1, and he makes the move stick quite easily there. That is a position, so the Ferrari is now 1 and 3 on track. Again, you talked about the penalties quite a bit, so that will probably change come the end of the race. However, as of now, they're P1 and P3. Only with Jor in a Ferrari-powered car, mind you, between them.
Well, this is something interesting to point out, though. If Lukey, if he does have the pace, which he might well do, your prediction could still come true, actually. As Scorpion tries to get past Cam, that could be contacted, and it... Well, I'm seeing lag. I don't know if they actually hit or not, but they're bloody close, and Cam holds the position. But if Lukey can get by Jor, which he's about to do in a few moments, all he has to do is make 3 seconds, and then stay within 3 seconds of his own teammate, and he's won the race. He just said, "Oh no, Lawrence,
yeah,
what's happened? He's gone at scene. Oh, that's a big off. He's went out scene."
Yeah, we're gonna stay here on Lukey though, because that seems to be the fight that might decide the race here. It might decide the race win. If he can get past Jor, 3 seconds on those quite fresh mediums compared to the slightly older hards, shouldn't be that much of a challenge. He gets the DRS. Can he make the overtake happen? Fastest lap as well for Lukey, but the overtake just isn't there yet. Gets the better exit out of turn 2 though. But I think it's probably better at this point to wait for the DRS zone and then overtake into turn 8 into the chicane.
Remember, this is the part of the track where he has been consistently poor the whole race. Let's see if we can get a good run out of it here. Because he's only got 4 laps to get this done, and I think Scorpion's had an accident. He has,
yep.
He's spun off. No damage or anything, but he's had trouble. Oh, that's side by side as well, TK.
And we're going right back. There goes Lukey. And he makes it stick right there. And that is 2nd place for now on track. It's also no, I think it's still... Oh no, Jor has a penalty too.
Second.
It's second place on penalties as well, but behind Jor. If he can drive out 3 seconds now, he could actually win.
But he has to... he might have to try and overtake his own teammate though to get ahead. Because
I'm going to tell you right now, if these two are in a party, I think they're talking. Wow. And Lukey is saying, "Let me by. Let Lukey pass for the championship." You know? I wonder how many people remember that one.
That'll go down well. He might not actually.
It's already a second. Look at that. It's already a second.
It's already a second. But if these guys
3 laps
aren't They don't have the information that we have, though. All we know is they both know they have a penalty. They don't know what Jor has. Or at least Lukey might know, but they don't know what Jori has. They don't want to mess about too much. They don't honestly know what they're playing for. We know what they're playing for. But right now, Lukey might end up facing his own teammate to fight for the win, even though they're both neck and not be in the lead anyway. It's a really bizarre situation. They're 1-2 on track, but I think they're going to be... Oh, what are they? 2 and 5? Maybe even 2 and 6, 7, something like that. 2
and 4 it looks like right now. Kemkmum is over 6 seconds behind Quace, so 2 and 4 I think it would be. Unless Lukey can somehow get that 3-second gap, or Jor makes another mistake and gets himself a 3-second penalty. That could also happen.
Well, has Jor got any more warnings? He is on 3 warnings, so I mean he's 1 away, I guess, from a penalty. He must have got a warning for contact or something. But it's 1.7 seconds. Does Lukey's do Lukey's tires have any grip left to give? That's something else you got to think about.
It seems so.
Yeah, they seem alright, but the ERS is crippling. They're both Ferraris are pretty low on ERS.
Yeah, but Lukey will get DRS from Quace here.
Oh man, how do you predict this? How is it? Do the 2 Ferraris know what they're doing here?
I think they do. 2.1 seconds. Though. Look at this. 2.1 seconds at this point. That Lukey is ahead of Jor. If he gets out 1 more second, he wins.
He's got another penalty. Lukey's got another penalty.
Oh my god. Lukey just picked himself up another 3-second time penalty, and that is gonna be the nail in the coffin unless Jor picks up one. Unless Jor picks up a penalty.
Jor is 1 warning away from a penalty, and well, Jori, how far is he away from all this? I think he's just a bit too far back.
Lukey goes for the lead on track, and he makes it stick.
He would have had it.
Yeah, he would have had it if not for that 1 penalty. Oh, he's gonna kick himself for that one. He's at 3 seconds to Jor now. That 1 penalty might ruin Lukey. We have to take a look at race control now, the bottom feed, at all times, because if there's a message that pops up that says race control Jor V21, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, man, yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know what,
it's a big but here, right? Yeah. It's a big but. But what about Jori? Can you count him into this? Because he's right on the back of Jor now. And
Jor has a 3-second penalty, doesn't he?
He does have a 3-second penalty, but if he gets ahead of Jor, you know, he could.
I mean, it is the final lap.
Get into this. Especially these 2 Ferraris fight again. They're now equal on penalties, remember? So they've got nothing to lose at this point, effectively. I mean, I've got plenty.
And there's the penalty for Jor. No way.
So Jori,
no,
he's going to be hoping and praying for a Ferrari battle.
That is unbelievable. The one thing he had to do was to not get a penalty, and in the final lap of the race, the Alfa Romeo picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. That is remarkable. And Jorid has a penalty as well. We need to look at the leader gaps here. Yeah, at this point, Lukey is now the actual leader of the race, even on penalties.
It's 6/10, though. Jori is just 6/10 off. 7/10. Oh, it's going up.
Yeah, and Jorid now passed Jor.
Cam is under so much pressure. He's not going to make up 7/10 in this time either to get into the podium pot. Well, he might still get a podium. But wait and see. Oh, it's a huge slide. I think you were right all along. I think Lukey's going to win this thing.
I told you. I saw Lukey. I saw Lukey do great stuff at the Monaco Grand Prix, and you know I was impressed with him. Lasting impression, and he does it again right here. Lukey comes across the line. We have to wait.
In the background.
We have to wait.
And see.
But as of now, Lukey has won the French Grand Prix, and now he did. Wow, it is a Ferrari 1-2, as well.
Incredible.
And they already
5 laps ago.
they already have the lead in the Constructors' Championship by 10 points. And look at where the Red Bulls are, P6 and 7. That is 14 points to the 43. I think maybe even 44. Depending on whether Lukey kept the fastest lap or whether... There. I think Ian might have taken it away from him.
There have been a few changes in this top 10, by the way, so let's quickly look at that before
Scorpion,
these guys
Scorpion picks
finish.
up the... Yeah, hold on. Scorpion picks up the fastest lap of the bottom, outside the top 10. But it is Lukey. Yeah, maybe I'm his lucky charm, you know? Lukey wins the French Grand Prix.
Pick up maximum points
I called it, man. It's the commentator's curse. I called it.
This was the commentator's crystal ball of glory.
Commentator's blessing.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Right. Let's look at this top 10 then, because a lot has changed, and we'll confirm fastest lap points for Lukey and for Scorpion as well, unless we missed something in that last lap. No, we didn't. So yeah, so Lukey, your winner somehow. A Ferrari 1-2 with Chris second. Cam third and Jorik fourth.
We will get. Hold on. We will get the results on the screen in a second. Here, just calm down. There it is.
Well, I've got them. But look at that. George ended up 5th. Like at the start of the last lap, he was on to win.
Yeah. Meanwhile, hold on.
Had it by over a second.
Meanwhile, fastest lap outside the top 10 goes to Scorpion. Fastest lap inside the top 10 does go to Lukey, so he picks up a whole 26 points in this one. And look, I'm gonna go first with driver of the day. You pick someone other than Lukey, because my goodness, I mean I called it. Look, I gotta give him driver of the day as well. He made my prediction come true, and what a race that was. Where was he? 7th after the safety car, and he goes on to win on 2 penalties. That is just remarkable. He had great pace, and he got a little bit lucky with you know, Jor picking up a penalty. But my goodness, Lukey for me,
little lucky.
Come on, but Lukey for me, definitely the driver of the day. Who do you have?
Well, we've got to pick 2 people, and I'm going to pick the second Ferrari, Chris, because he had to go so far on those hards. You've got to remember, he took a big risk there, and it nearly paid off. But the 2 Ferraris were top notch today. They've earned that 1-2. I don't quite know how they got it, but they've earned it. So I'd say both Ferraris, we'll put them up.
Yeah, so the one thing we do know is that a Ferrari is going to be driver of the day for the 4th time this season. We just don't know who. It could be Lukey, it could be Quace.
Clean sweep, aren't they?
Yeah. Clean sweep, 1-2, fastest lap.
The clean sweep.
Driver of the day, absolutely everything.
And driver of the day.
Incredible.
And they're still top of the constructors. They'll be having a party and a half tonight.
Unbelievable.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Clutch, man. That was clutch.
It really was. But this is going to be the end of the Precision Tier stream. Go over to the Pinnacle Tier, where they're probably still in qualifying at this point. Thank you very much for watching, and also make sure to stay on for the Prestige Tier once the Pinnacle Tier is getting to an end. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Austin Smith.
I've been on White. You'll see me again next week.
Take care of yourselves. Yeah, I'm just filling in wherever I'm needed. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.